Yes, this looks promising. A huge gaping hole. Wonder what it was dug for. Okay, well. Something flashed. Let's see what that was, shall we? Yeah, I'm... Yeah. Even though that's probably going to gimp us big time when it comes to inventory. So, we should explore around here. What's this? Even more. Aren't we been a tad generous game? Okay. Let's press onwards. Sorry. What could be through this exceedingly large door?
Is that you, Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Stop! Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico!
Well, there goes Enrico.
Traitor? Who?
I do dearly wonder, Jill. We have to... Right. Whoever did this is definitely a professional. Wait. He's holding something. We can't carry anymore, so... What I need to do now is head back. Pop that hunter. Invulnerability frames. You know what, we'll just use the herb and pick up the crank now, because where there's one hunter there's surely many. So we're probably going to take more damage anyway if we're not careful. Invulnerability frames, really? Okay. Here we go. Right, so that crank should be the one we need. We'll try our best to get this underground segment done now. And then we'll just have one last part of the mansion to do. Did I just hit two with one? Nice. Well, that solved that problem. A large boulder blocks the way. There are bloodstains underneath the boulder. Thanks for letting me know about that game. Right. Okay. So first order of business. Let's change around this inventory. Handgun ammo can go. There's very little reason for us to be using the handgun, especially in here. Now, I'm going to have to differentiate between the two cranks here. and see which is which. Square. That's not the one. We want hexagonal. Yep. Right. So what we need to do... square crank goes away. Bear with me. Up here. And... so do the ink ribbons, because we're... probably not going to need those. One moment, excuse me. Right. Okay. Right. Right. We're not going to bring out the Magnum yet. Although we probably do need some more shotgun shells for good measure. And we do have quite the stockpile saved up, so put those in there, put that here, keep hold of the hexagonal crank, use it to open this pathway here, and then we shall press ahead for all intents and purposes. That sounds like a very good plan indeed. Right, keep hold of that crank in the inventory spaces. Wow, I feel like Indiana Jones all of a sudden. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty apt response to the situation there, Jill. Okay. Additional shotgun shells, always useful. Anything else? I don't believe there is. Nope. Looks like we are pressing ahead in this direction then. Well, hello. Now that is a large arachnid. Up, Jill. Get up. I think we're out of grenade rounds. No, one more. I am not being double teamed. Right. Yeah. Now that fellow was a mini-boss known as the... I believe it's the Black Widow? Either way, gone now. And I think if we leave the room and come back in, it should have despawned everything now that the Black Widow is dead. Now, we're going to have to uncobweb this door as well. Meaning... Let's grab that knife over there. Wherever it was on screen. There. Flash, please. Flash so I can make note of where the items are. Now, it would have been easier to take out the Black Widow with the Magnum, because I think you can kill the Black Widow in 3 Magnum rounds. But we have an excess of grenades, or we did at that point. And like I said, the Magnum is sacred. Nope. We'll save those. One moment. Right. Okay. Now, you don't have to do the giant, well, not giant, but the rather bothersome flamethrower puzzle with Jill. Right. Now, you need to keep rotating it because that's not the right direction. And if you trigger it too early, then you can end up getting killed. There you go. So go through there. This should open up this area with a few additional items for us. Good, first aid. We'll open that up and probably use it because we have taken damage. I prefer not to use those because they affect your rank, but still. What are we doing in here? Item and equipment wise. Let's see, shall we? Bear with me, because we're going to need to pick up that box. And I really don't want to use this first aid spray. I'm going to backtrack for a moment. Switch the inventory around again, because one, we need to free up some space. 2, we don't need that knife either. We really don't need the knife. So we'll loop back the way we came, quickly offload some items, go back and do that puzzle. Probably should have done it earlier, because that's what has made this collection of videos so much longer. The fact that I know what I need to do, but I'm not being mindful of inventory management like I should be, and therefore things are dragging on and on and on because I'm having to go back, offload inventory items, come back again, and it's taking time. Now, I never said this was a speed run by any means, but goodness, we might actually need that. Right. That's looking good. Yeah. And that can go away until we get some additional shells for it. Right. Okay, now I can go the wrong way. No. Now we can head over here through this path here. And one thing I do want to do is pick up that green herb we passed earlier, because then I can combine it with a red and have a full heal. Which will yep. Courtyard. Wonderful. Yeah, I've finally figured out what the problem is now. It's that in the wake of that cough that I had for a couple of weeks, my throat has been left really, really hypersensitive. Like, anything and everything aggravates it now. Did I completely ignore that green herb earlier? I hope I didn't, because we need that. In fact, that was one of my key concerns. This is the kind of stupid backtracking I'm referring to. For all intents and purposes, I probably walked right past it and ignored it, even though I walked up to it and clicked it earlier on. Is that a herb over there? No, it's my imagination. The reason I want to heal now is because walking around with Jill on extremely low health is never, ever recommended in this. Did I just imagine that green herb existed? Right, we'll go through that set of doors behind us one more time, and then after that we'll stop looking for it, because I'm starting to get mildly... There! Yes, we walked past it. That's what we wanted. I bet you it was right there. I completely ignored it and went back through. Right, now take that, heal, and go back through the door. Don't worry, we'll get there. Like I said, if you want what is essentially a long play, then boy oh boy have you got that. Right here. And right now. It's a long play if there ever was one. Right. That's one thing I would like to do when I sort out some slightly more reliable editing software, is to make this entire thing into a giant 10-hour long play and just put it on the channel in bulk, because that's probably how much it will come to. By the time we finish, it's probably going to be around 10 hours. Not that anybody would watch that much Resident Evil consecutively. Well, I would, but I don't think some people would, put it that way. Right, now. Yes, we can make progress. We need to move that statue over there so it's in line with the other. But first order of business, as you can see, as I'm demonstrating, is to push the statue over to that little wall segment. Nope, wrong way. Okay. Right. Now that that's been done, we are free to push the statue onto the thing. Wonderful. Yep. And then we need to use the crank again to put the stone wall back in. Now you can well imagine what we need to do here. We need to push the statue so it's in line with this panel, like so. Get behind it. And then we need to push it back on again because it will be rotated. Let me get in position. Now I believe if we push it back on again like normal, no, you have to completely take it off the platform and put it back on again. This is going to take a minute. Excuse me. No, what am I doing? It doesn't need moving again. No, stop it. Stop it. That could have been a pretty bad mistake there, to rotate it again. It's in the right direction. Now, I was wondering something, guys, out of curiosity. Would you be interested in seeing some Street Fighter on the channel? Because... and we're talking old school Street Fighter as well, like Street Fighter 2 in the Alpha series, kind of old school Street Fighter. Just let me know, because while... one moment. while I never got to play those games in their heyday of release, because, well, I was essentially... Had I been born when the original Street Fighter 2 came out? I'm not entirely sure, because I'm not sure what year it came out. But I know roughly when it came out. And at the very, very least, in that rough area of when it came out, if I was alive in that period of time, then I would have been very, very young. Stop. Right. Now, one thing I do want to do, for caution's sake, is save. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. Because what we need to do next is essentially a puzzle. So here we go. Power source. There's a round lid. Open it. Yep, we'll do that. Take the shaft. Then combine the shaft with the cylinder. You'll see here that symbols are carved in its side. Will I turn it? Yes, keep turning. This is going to take a minute. Keep turning. Just keep turning until the symbols match. That's what you want. See? The Roman numerals on the side are all connected together. And then we put the cylinder back inside to power on the device. Give me a minute. Hold on. And then you have to press the buttons in the order of the Roman numerals. Let me just move things again. Yep. Keep turning. That's the one thing I had wrong. 1 minute. Right. So if we look at that there, you have to put it in the order of the Roman numerals. So obviously input the numbers in that order. So 4 is the first numeral, then 2, then 3, then 1. So 4, 2, 3, 1. Okay. Simple. Right. 4, 2, 3, 1. Good. Lovely. Then we go down on this elevator.
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah, every single aspect of the Spencer mansion seems to be somewhat labyrinthian. Right.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person. Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Thanks, Barry. You know, leave me to deal with the unnerving, potentially inhuman sound while you, quote unquote, secure the escape route. I already think I know what this wonderful sound is going to be. Oh yes. Yes, I do. Hello there. There's no point shooting her. She's essentially bulletproof. Now. She will just clobber us if we're not quick enough. Give me a moment. Yeah, there's a minor issue I'm overlooking here. And that is we don't have the item needed to progress. So...
Barry!
So Barry's just ditched us. Meaning... we now have to go down here because there is an item that we actually need. As you can see there, that looks like a crusher. We'll even demonstrate, shall we? Compactor. Press the switch. So we're not going anywhere. At present. Give me a minute, my sense of direction on these pre-rendered backgrounds is giving out a bit. Okay, what we need to do, first order of business, is find something that can be crushed in that compactor. That's an item box. We can't go around that way. So, there's no way back. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there should be a box around here somewhere that can be crushed in the compactor. Have I overlooked it? If that is the case, we need to find it. Right. So there's nothing we can necessarily do there. Unless we have to... Yes, I know what we have to do now. We have to go the way we came again and bypass Lisa. And then there is a storage room at the end of the tunnel where Lisa is wandering around. So the first order of business is to avoid being whacked by Lisa and not getting backed into any corners. Because the most you can do is stun her. But on the flip side, stunning her is a colossal waste of ammunition. Even if you're carrying a surplus, there's just no reason to do it. It's kind of like Mr. X in Resident Evil 2 Remake. You can briefly stun him for a moment or two, but outside of that, there is absolutely no reason to go pouring your ammo into him. As a last-ditch effort, it might be a good idea to hit him with a round or two in order to make sure that you avoid getting hit if he backs you into a corner, because he will actually go down for about 30 seconds and give you enough time to get away. Whereas Lisa, in this game, even if you pour a good few strong shots into her, essentially all she will do is flinch for a second, scream, and then come back at you again. You literally get about 5 seconds. It's not even worth it. Ah, yes. The survival horror enthusiast in me is telling me not to ignore that handgun magazine. But at the same time, we need a free inventory slot. So back the way we came. Excuse me, my throat is really not been agreeable today. Oh, she's right there. I wanted the green herb as well. She's just a massive, massive irritation. She really is. Right. So, through here. Then, correct me if I'm making another mistake. I think now that we've done that, the crate should be over here. I forgot to do the most key thing of all, which was actually move the crate over here. And now we should be able to push it with relative ease to where it needs to go. Okay. Yep. Looking good. this is what we need. Broken flamethrower. Because obviously we saw earlier when we pulled that lever in the other hallway where Lisa is, a pair of hooks come out of a wall, or a pair of hooks come out of the panel as if something needs to go there, and obviously that something is the flamethrower in our inventory. So the first order of business is to loop around as quickly as possible. She always starts over at this side when the flamethrower's not in the wall. Need to lure her this way. She's fairly fast, so... Right. Yeah. Now what we need to do, danger be damned, is... Yeah, I'll take the hit because I need to get around her. She's damaging, alright. Okay. Is that area sealed off? Or is it just the way yeah. It's just the way I'm wandering. Look, some kind of unusual lair. A huge collection of various kinds of dolls. They're all faded and worn. Looky here. Snakes. Great. Can't fire in here. Just avoid them then. Oh yeah. We're kinda knee deep in water. The bed is still warm. A bunch of photographs featuring a young girl depicting various scenes from her upbringing. Will you take the jewellery box? Yes, we will. Stone ring. A family picture and notes. There's something written on the back. November 10th, 1967. Progenitor virus administered. Jessica. Administered virus. Type A. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion negative. Action. Disposed. Lisa. Administered virus type B. Plasmalizing of tissue during cell activation. Virus fusion positive but delayed fusion. Body modification. Observed constant results. Status continue protective observation. George. Action. Terminated. November 30th, 1967. There's a journal left by someone. I feel dizzy after the shot they gave me. I don't see Mom. Where did they take her? She promised that we would escape together. Did she escape alone and leave me behind? I found Mom. We ate together. I was very happy. But she was a fake, not my real mum. Same face but different inside. Have to find mum. Have to give face back to mother. I got mum's face back. Hold on. Yes, that did read right. Have to find mum. Have to give face back to mother. I got mum's face back. Nobody can have my mum except me. I attach her face to me so she doesn't go away. Because mum's sad when I meet her without her face. November 19th, 1907. I assume the 6 is missing. From inside box, scent of mummy. Maybe true mum there. Stone box hard. It hurt. Steel rope in the way. Can't see mother because 4 stones. I mean, if you read into it, really, and as tragic as it is, Lisa is just a victim. She's a victim of all the terrible, terrible, heinous stuff that Umbrella's been doing. One moment. Right. But last I checked, there's no reason to backtrack again. And we can't anyway because there's no other way back. So it has to be up ahead. The direction that we need to take. Yeah, this looks more promising. Good. Now I can offload some of the excess inventory. These medals can go actually because all they're doing is taking up space. So yeah, the medals can go away. I don't even think we're going to need the cranking anymore, are we? Now, you see that stone ring there? We combine it with... Where are you? I did pick it up. There. Combine it with the metal object, and we have the second stone and metal object. But what do we need those for, you might wonder? Well, you'll find out soon enough. For now, let me just quickly backtrack and pick up those excess healing items. Is there a way back again? Yes, there is. Okay, good. Pick up all the herbs. We're gonna need them. You never know if you might need another blue. I think the bulk of the spiders are gone now. I don't think there are any more spiders we have to deal with. So blue might be irrelevant. I don't like leaving what is essentially 3 handgun ammo and a green herb behind, but the backtracking to get them might prove risky because we have to go back through the water past those snakes and then essentially sidestep Lisa again. but it might be worth doing, purely because I don't want to leave stuff behind. I mean, don't get me wrong, if Lisa hits me again, I'm gonna be... Okay, she's that way. Easier than I anticipated. Alright, now we can go and get this handgun magazine. Because the handgun may see some use again right near the very end. Because it's still pretty useful for taking out zombies, as opposed to expending precious shotgun shells on them. Because there are things that I would much rather use the shotgun shells on later. Not that we don't still have a huge abundance of them in reserve. Can you jump off the box the other way? Or do you have to jump off it that way? You have to... Nope, you can jump off it this way. That's good. Right. Excess items secured. Now... There she is. We'll lure her around. Wait for her to close the gap slightly. There we go. Yep, that's looking right to me. Yeah, I know I said I prefer the 30 to 40 minute length videos, but the urge to make some real tangible some real tangible progress is always dragging me on to keep going. So we'll get back to the mansion and then we'll call it an end to this part, which I think has been some delightful forward motion. What in the world am I talking about? Yes, we've moved forward very well indeed. Progress has been made, and I'm getting stuck on pre-rendered backgrounds again. Yeah. We will use that green, put the blue away. I mean, honestly, I'm at the point now where I might bring the handgun back out. I mean, how much ammo have we got left for that thing now? 15, 30, plus another 15. 75 rounds, plus the base clip. Yeah, I think you're coming back out now. Although let me just transfer things around inventory-wise a bit. Because I don't like the way this is set up in the slightest. That'll do. Right. Actually, bear with me. That's actually going to drive me mad. If I keep that in its current organisation. Or state of organisation. Right. Okay. Yeah, I know this is me being finicky, and I accept that. Okay, we're well equipped. We have healing items. And now we can go back the way we came. Or at least we could if I was going in the right direction. We don't need to save here. We'll save when we get back. Though we will have to be slightly more careful when we leave Lisa's cabin. And I'll tell you why. Because much earlier on, like several parts back, when we first came here, we took out a regular zombie, didn't we? And he will have definitely turned into a Crimson Head at this point. In fact, I don't have a shadow of doubt. Oh yeah. He's set to reanimate though, you watch. He was just waiting for us to get back up. And we wasted a shot because invulnerability frames, they keep getting me really, really badly in this run. I'm like, yeah, take another shot instantly. Nope, invulnerability frames. It doesn't work that way. Very, very brief frames of invulnerability between certain things happening. Regular zombies. They're not a threat. Keep going. But as soon as we're back at the Spencer Mansion, we will save and call an end to this part. Sounds good, doesn't it? You know, we're definitely into the ending stages of the game now. There's not too much left to go. Good. Very good indeed. Right. One thing we do need to do is... Yes, we do. Why did I press no? We do need it now. Do we need it now? Yes, because there's only one way to go. What do I keep wondering for? How can I possibly have the order of things jumbled up in my head when I know that there's only one more path we can take at this stage? It's pretty ridiculous. Either way, we're going to lock and load now, as it were. And by lock and load, you'll see what I mean. Hold on. For the first time in this run,